At the Denver Athletic Club, it's the WPH Race for 8. My name is Dave Vincent. Welcome back to the continued coverage from the World Players of Handball as we get ready for this men's round of 8 and the second one here of the day. It was earlier Dave Fink taking down Andy Nett in record time, less than 20 minutes, as he defeated Nett 25-8. Now it's Aaron Garner, whose brother Alan gave birth to a 7-pound baby this morning with wife Erica. Baby Erica was born today. So there's a lot of glow in that family. Aaron Garner up against Luis Moreno. Luis gets the first serve from Tucson, Arizona. Aaron from Portland, Oregon, originally from San Antonio, Texas. Here's that serve. And Luis Moreno jumps up, allowing Garner to kill it underneath his feet. I always wondered why a player would jump when the referee would not call an avoidable hinder anyway. He just gave him a free point. Aaron Garner has defeated Luis Moreno in the past. At one point, until this season, Aaron had the best record in the family against Luis Moreno. As you know, Luis Moreno
2-0.
is not one of those players that has dominated his brother Alan, but he didn't dominate Aaron either.
Hold it.
That's a tough one to replay right there. I think lifetime between the two brothers, Luis is something like 14-3. Not wins, loss. It's 3-14 for Luis, I should say. That was a beautiful shot right there from Moreno. And he is a fan favorite here in Denver. We saw earlier just a couple people in the upstairs gallery because it was so packed downstairs, but here Moreno's leaking over. He's got people upstairs and downstairs. On the live broadcast, nice get right there from Moreno. That is so frustrating when you're a player and you think you've made a good shot and then he comes in and pokes it to the other side of the court. That's his game.
One, two. Sorry. Second serve. Point.
Luis Moreno defeated Dave Munson earlier today, 25-10.
2-2.
Munson was up 6-5 at one point, and Moreno then put the clamps down.
Sorry. Second serve. Point.
It appears that Moreno has found a serve.
4-2. Point.
Playing against Luis Moreno in Tucson, Arizona, I found out that when he starts getting on these hot streaks, you need to start talking to him to try to get him out of his game. Stop play, go up to him, shake his shoulders just a little bit, rattle him, trying to get him off of the mindset, because he gets into this groove and he stays there in that groove for quite some time, and it's really frustrating that even in practice he can get into this clamp down mode where shots like that, unbelievable fadeaway left-handed kill shot from Moreno, unbelievable shots in practice, but also in game time, it's just so casual for him. And a timeout called from Aaron Garner as Luis Moreno now takes his eye guards off, steps out of the court. and is also going to get a quick breather here. That was pretty impressive. If we can take a look at the replay, Dave, as we welcome in Dave Fink after his match with Andy Nett. Welcome, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
But if we could take a look at the replay, if we have that available. You just saw something from Moreno that was truly unbelievable. He was passed down the left wall. Most people would not even touch the ball. Instead of flipping the ball to the front wall, which most all of us do, let's just go ahead and watch it in not real time, but in replay. And you'll see what I'm saying here. Most players that if they were able to catch up to the ball.
Wow, it's amazing. I mean, that's just a combination of perfect timing and unbelievable balance. And there's just, Dave, not many people in the history of this sport that can hit that shot. You'll see guys flip that back cross court, Dave, with a cupped hand, but he's taking a full swing there.
Or you see players flip that ball up to the front wall just in desperation of getting it back because it was plastered by Aaron, though it was only, we go back to the live camera here as we are back into play on this serve. But as Aaron hit that ball as hard as he possibly could, Luis is able to kick it into that corner. Now we have a side out, 2-serve-7 with Garner serving.
I think this is a pretty comfortable match for Aaron because he grew up playing Luis, and you know that the psychology there is just a little bit different when you know, hey, I've known this guy since he was 15. I kind of know his game, even though he may not look like he has weaknesses. I know what bothered him when he was 15, and those are still going to be some of the same kind of things that Aaron can think about.
Moreno caught a very bad cold in Alaska, and just a couple weeks ago, maybe even last week, he came down to the club in a full, deathbed, and still worked out, wearing his GoPro camera.
Okay.
And you can still hear that effect when he's in the middle of a long rally. You can hear him still coughing, trying to get over that, what he called pre-pneumonia.
Was that a self-diagnosis?
No, he didn't actually say that. I just made it up. But guys at the club called it that.
Okay. Well, in Tucson, Luis doesn't have to actually speak. Everyone is happy to speak for him.
Did you see that serve right there?
Amazing serve.
Luis hits the ball into the side wall as hard as he possibly can. It's going to ride the back wall. Aaron can't even get out of the way, and it hits his foot. That's how hard it was hit.
Dave, Luis looks so good right now. He looks strong, and he looks like he's on a mission. I mean,
look at that natural hook right there.
Not only, Dave, does he fool him there, but that serve is unreturnable anyway, even if you're waiting for it. That ball's going to jump away from you. It doesn't even come off the back wall. Very difficult to go behind yourself with a reverse and keep it off that revolving door. And that's a perfect swing. You see how Luis stays on top of the ball, keeps his elbow over the ball there, never lets his hand come underneath the ball on those shots off the bounce. And if you're listening at home, that's the key to that shot. And that's something, Dave, that I work on a lot mechanically in the court by myself. You have to think about staying on top of the ball, just like you would in baseball. And Luis is, I think, along with Paul Brady, the best at that. And you see them both get those elbows up early preparation, and then they just have the discipline to keep it there, because it's easy to let that hand slide underneath, and then all of a sudden you can't really do much with the ball. Aaron had to guess that that was going to come straight out, and it didn't.
Luis was mad because after that ball rolled out, he tried to run over and catch it before it got to the side wall, and he couldn't do it. And you see he was mad at himself for not being fast enough to get that ball.
Well,
that's how crazy nuts Luis is.
Well, Aaron will have to realize that you can't serve a Z serve to Luis Moreno or Sean Lenning. It just will, or Charlie Shanks for that matter. Just will never work. Having said that, I'm not sure what does work, Dave. I'll let you know when I find out.
That's a bad bounce.
What works with Sean, Dave, is hope that he hasn't touched a handball in a few months.
And hope that you're playing in altitude.
And hope that you're having the best day of your life.
And hope that he gains some weight.
hope that he had a bad night at the poker table the night before.
And hope that you're in Vegas, where the night before it never ended.
And hope that you didn't make a $5 bet with him because he's never lost one.
That's true.
Yeah.
These players really going back and forth. Do you feel that, Dave, do you feel that it's a natural progression for Nadi Alvarado Sr. pass the torch off to John Bike for a short time there, and then that torch was given to Dave Chapman, who then gave it to Paul Brady? Do you feel that the Paul Brady torch is going to be given to Luis Moreno, or is it a Sean Lenning or a Robbie McCarthy or a Shanks? Or
Well, to me, it is Luis Moreno. No disrespect to those other guys, but I just see Luis playing at a different level right now, and I think, Dave, the World Championships gave him a lot of confidence. He prepared so hard for that event, and then he played so well there, and I think you and I both know that Luis was unlucky with his draw there. And I think, you know, had he not had to play Charlie Shanks and then Robbie McCarthy and then doubles and then Paul Brady, I think Luis could have pulled out that first game, and who knows at that point, you know, what could happen for the rest of that match. But credit to Paul Brady, who did come back there. Amazing game.
well, don't forget, Danny Bell and Tyree Bastidas.
He didn't. Oh, he did play Tyree. You're right.
And he played Danny
Okay.
Bell as well,
Yeah.
and Danny was tied with him at 9 at one point.
Okay.
I mean, he even played one extra round than Paul did.
Yeah.
And he played against a couple top players as well.
But my point being, Dave, is that, you know, we saw Luis struggle after the Worlds, which I think was almost inevitable. I mean, he came back from the Worlds drained mentally, and he also picked up an injury there, I believe, a left hip injury, so he wasn't himself there in Tucson. And then he took Houston off, which in retrospect, Dave, looks like a really good decision, as he's come back, you know, as fresh as you could possibly be. That was an amazing serve.
That was a reverse that he put down that wall. Now he's going to go to something different here. He said he changes up sides and hooks. And if you want to keep somebody honest, Luis Moreno's philosophy on serves are unbelievable, and his first strike is about as good as anybody. But Dave, he's reversing to the left. He comes to the right and does a natural, and then he goes to the right again with a reverse, and then back to the left with a natural. And it's just, then he goes right down the middle with his left hand and does a reverse and a natural. I mean, it's just things that he can do in the service box are just unbelievable. I asked him, you know, when we go to Denver, Colorado, will you turn around and switch and serve with that amazing hook that you have? He has a great reverse with the left hand on the serve that he will never do in a pro match. And I asked, will you do that in the final? And he said no, because the player might think it's a disrespectful thing to switch around left-handed. But Dave, I'm telling you, it's as good as anybody that plays the game.
Well, you know, Dave, John Kendler used to serve one match left-handed and the next match right-handed. The only thing disrespectful was the score that he left his opponents on.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a bit. 3 minutes, 15-4. It's the lead for Moreno here at the Race for 8 in Denver, Colorado. Stick with us.
Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Science, extreme science for your active lifestyle.
So, what's it gonna be? We could ride bikes, skating, movies, zoo, whatever you guys want to do.
Can we just do this?
Yeah. We could just do this.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
We are different. Society should aspire to be more like us.
Be part of the first class. Get energized. Get outside.
Hold on, guys. It's gonna get bumpy.
And get moving. Experience the power of physical activity. Join the movement at ActionHeroAlliance.com.
You're tuned in to continued coverage of the WPH Race for 8, Denver, Colorado at the Denver Athletic Club. My name is Dave Vincent. Here we are alongside Dave Fink for this one-game match of 25. After halftime, Aaron Garner gets the first serve. Aaron up against Luis Moreno. Luis wearing his jersey from Anchorage, Alaska, and Aaron Garner his qualifier jersey from Houston, Texas.
Just had a chance to talk to Tommy Little, Dave, who's one of our favorites, one of everybody's favorites, and it's great to see him back. You know, he had that knee injury last year, and he's trying to rehab it. Going to come back slowly playing doubles, but be great to have him back on the tour, Dave.
Oh, look at that reverse. I agree with you. I saw Tommy earlier. I reached out my hand to give him a handshake, and he opened up his arms really big and said, "Give me a hug."
Yeah, come on in for the real thing.
But then I said, "Tommy, I like to hug low." He was going high, and that was awkward. But nonetheless, I thought I'd share that with you. And
well, you're low and he's high. That's what you mean.
Well,
yeah. That's not a great visual.
It isn't.
No. That's a great shot from Aaron. And, you know, Dave, Aaron has the ability to do that with his left hand. And you heard him, you know, when he jumped in the booth for a little bit saying, you know, he gets defensive with his left hand, but he's got a smooth left. And if he's going to get to the next level, which is kind of into that top 8, top 6, he's going to need to play more offense with his left hand. I mean, you think about his brother, Dave, who I think one of the greatest players I've ever played. I mean, Allen can flat roll the ball from anywhere with both hands. I mean, and I think Aaron has the ability, maybe not quite as consistently as Allen, but he can do it. I do want to send my congratulations to Allen and Erica, who had a beautiful daughter today, 7.9. Her name is Erica, and wish them the best. I know that this is going to be the happiest time of their life, so good for them, Dave. And I know Aaron's very happy to have his first niece.
17-5.
Well, he's going to try to see if he can get to 7.9 points against Luis Moreno here. Try to keep it thematic. Moreno now scoring another point. We're at 18-5. Scoreboard says 16, but Luis can score so quick. Now it's 19-5. I mean, he really can put some numbers on the scoreboard in such a quick fashion, Dave.
You know, Dave, this second half has turned into shout-out half for me, and I'm now going to give a shout-out to everyone at my dad's office. I just have word, Dave, that there's 100 people watching on the big screen at McKnight in downtown Pittsburgh. They've got a conference room there, Dave. Joe Del Sardo, my dad, Mike Paresi, just and a bunch of other people in there, Dave, that are not only watching my match, but now staying tuned. They've ordered pizza. Dave, it's quite a party over there.
Well,
I know you're happy to hear that.
Well, I do want to say that once we get the set here adjusted, we can move you in closer.
Yeah.
And we could have your face on the set so those back at the office could see you.
Wow.
But now it's not
you don't
set
think
up
they
for
saw
you.
enough of me
well, that
during
last
my
game,
match?
well, it only lasted 8 minutes.
Oh.
So they might have gone out for the pizza guy,
Okay.
give him some money. This is actually a timeout here, and Aaron staying in the court just warming up.
Well, you know, it's hard to get tired playing Luis Moreno because he beat you so fast that you feel like, well, now what am I going to do? I need to go ride the bike or something and get a workout. Because, you know, well, Aaron says he likes to work out 7 times a week, and he wants to count this as one of his workouts, but how can he?
This isn't a workout. And take it from me, because I do play Luis singles more than anybody probably has ever played him singles. Sometimes playing 6 to 9 games a day. And I've gone back to the club on league night to play the league night matches because I'm not sore, because I don't feel like I actually got a workout. I know I'm burning calories, but it's not the same.
Oh, just an amazing shot. I mean, it's an easy shot, Dave, that you'd expect a top pro to put away, but look at what he does with that, a flat rollout. 22-5. Oh, and just unbelievable here, Dave.
Not only a head fake, but then he closes it out with a reverse hook that slides, which makes it even harder to get.
You know, Dave, I think Paul Brady has the best serve down the left I've ever seen, but Luis's serve, Dave, has to be in that discussion for what I'm seeing right now.
Aaron Garner's used all of his timeouts. We've had the 3-minute break in between games, and we are now at 21 minutes, and Luis Moreno's closed it out, but they're going to play that one over.
I'm not sure that was really necessary, but
24-5.
we'll get to see one more huge reverse here.
Side out.
And now Aaron's going to try and cover the spread here, Dave. I think the spread was 16 and a half. So, I mean, he's got his work cut out for him.
5-24. Short.
Dave, I believe you'll be in action tonight on the webcast. Is that?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I thought there was some senior action on the
There
webcast.
is, but I'm not part of that.
Oh, okay.
It's John Robles. If the seeds hold true, it'll be John Robles versus Dan Armijo.
Oh, that's a good match.
That's going to be a match right there.
Last time I saw those two play, Dave, the tournament director had to jump over a balcony and separate them.
And there it is. Luis Moreno in 22 minutes takes down Aaron Garner, 25-5. We will have another long extended break here in Denver, Colorado, as we maintain the broadcast schedule. Get ready for the Sean Lenning Vic Perez match coming up right around the corner. For Dave Fink and Linda Manning, as well as those back home watching and helping out with this broadcast. We'll be back in about 35 minutes here at racefor8.com. Stick with us.
At shelters, you'll discover healthy and loving animals just waiting to become a part of your family. Why wait? You can make a difference in the life of an animal. A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person and adopt your new best friend today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
For 20 years, the Inner City Handball Association has educated, mentored, and served young people through handball. Young people that participate in the Inner City Handball Association programs have a high graduation rate from high school and continue on to college. Inner City Handball teens are good athletes, good students, and good ambassadors for the sport of handball. We need your help to continue our work. Inner City Handball Association is a registered 501c3 tax-exempt charity. Please donate today. Thank you.
Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Science, extreme science for your active lifestyle.
Hello, I'm Bruce Fabrizio, inventor of Simple Green. Our non-toxic, biodegradable, all-purpose cleaner works great for cleaning it. Thank you. Non-toxic, biodegradable, Simple Green. It's great for cleaning.